My story is exactly like his story and other people's story, but only different. Our name is Lord of Lords, or L.O.L. And the meaning of Lord of Lords is not narcissistic. It has nothing to do with being a snob. It just means that when I started to do my street art, I tried to translate the method that I'm using in my regular art, which over there I'm using fountain pen, ink and carving tools on paper. And I'm doing a very specific work. When I was trying to figure out how to do it on a wall, I decided that I'm not going to carve the wall because it will take years. So I decided to just take loads or markers, which are the same thing, and do the lines within my work, whether if it's the basics done by acrylic or spray. I have two themes that I'm dealing with mostly. This is one of them. It's about, I'd like to call it Mother Earth. It's like the imbalance is between Mother Earth, the trees and everything, compared to the titans of stone and steel, to the buildings. So I have many themes like that, and I try my best every time to do something new, something different, and that of course I haven't done before. Cast with the same issue of the nature against the buildings, I guess, the urban things. And here it's the upside world. The creatures have they all have a name and everything, and they all discuss about something, but it's neither social or politics, nothing like that. It's things I have to let loose of. For say, this dude here, his name is Shuki. See him? He's very cute. There are many kinds of Shuki. Like here, this girl put a cat next to him, next to Shuki, because they are very sweet, until they are opening their mouth, and then they look like that. It's like heaven and hell thing. And this one again is one of my trees. This is a sakura tree. It's way more complex than any of my other trees because everything is done here with the L.O.Ls. That face above it, the red one, is also mine. These creatures, you can see them all over the country. Ninjas. And they are discussing about a really different thing. In this area I only have one, this one. The main idea about those ninjas is that we have to hide ourselves, underneath a coat or a sheet or something like that because of what's going in the country. I really don't like it. It's like the government just make us look really bad to the world, and I feel like we have to hide all the time. And this is basically the idea behind the ninjas. That guy is very optimistic, but he's staring on a fucking noose, hangs from trees. So it really depends how people like to see it. I've seen it as something optimistic actually, because he's just staring at it. But you can see that something that always follow my art, no matter what I do, whether trees or not trees, it's always those lines. This is me. This is how you can recognize me, with the lines and everything. I organized one huge session in Tel Aviv, the latest one, White Night, in 2017, and that was indeed organized and approved by the Tel Aviv City Hall. And it was an interesting project by 30 of the really best street artists in Israel. And a few from abroad that came specifically for that project. One from the States, two from Russia. What we did there, we did of course balanced street art, because you're not doing you can't do really censorship on art, but because it's a street that there are many families and children there and everything, so there was no sex, violence, religious views, political views, and racism. But still, everyone, you know, drew what he needs to say to the world. There's a writing on a wall in Tel Aviv. This is actually brilliant. There is a sentence from the Bible that says that in Tishachach Yerushalayim, Tishachach Yemini, which means if I forget Jerusalem, I'll be nothing, more or less. It's a bit exaggeration, of course, but this is basically what it means. And that sentence on the wall is saying, "Im tishachach Yerushalayim ze biglal Tel Aviv." If I'll forget Jerusalem, it's because of Tel Aviv, which is fucking brilliant.